So I'm part of a local Facebook group, and I try to answer when I see people ask like dog training questions. And the common question of this week is like, they're actually really good dog owners. No offense to people who ask questions that are sometimes lacking in some certain departments, but like these guys are actually trying with their dogs. And their questions are, my dog's being destructive, or I may need to rehome my dog because like they're not getting enough stimulation, they're bored and whatever. And like the question I have to ask when I see like they're not getting enough is it because you're not providing enough? Like, is it truly because you're not providing enough, or is it because like you're creating this athlete, so to speak? So what I mean by that is, so these owners are walking their dogs, they are taking them out, things of that sort. And everyone comments their advice is, well, your dog needs more mental stimulation, do puzzles and things of that sort. And that is like I don't know where we went wrong with society, and maybe it's not society, and I don't know, but puzzles are great if you are like you have a sick dog, or a dog that can't be active, or maybe you have a hound dog that loves using their nose to search food. Like I don't think people understand what mental stimulation is, and what you're recommending is may work great for, again, the cases I just stated. It may not work for a German Shepherd, or this case a Blue Heeler, or a Great Pyrenees, because 90% of the time those dogs don't see the purpose other than to just eat of a puzzle. Okay, so they're great if you're going to be gone for a while or things of that sort, but if you're using it as a way to exercise your dog or provide mental stimulation, your dog probably doesn't view it as that. Mental stimulation means actually channeling innate behaviors to something that that specific dog finds a purpose to. Okay, so let's go back to the cattle dog. The whole purpose of a cattle dog's breeding was to pretty much herd at the end of the day, and not like herding in the sense of like sheep and at a distance. Like, no, they were getting rough and tumbly with like bulls, right? A Great Pyrenees purpose was to be the guardian of a home. So you have to provide physical and like that. You have to, let's forget physical and mental stimulation. You have to provide that outlet for your dog to feel like they have a purpose, for them to be satisfied. It's just like us, right? Some of us are like, absolutely hate reading a book, sitting still, things of that sort. But that's mental stimulation, technically by definition. But that person's going to get done reading a book and is going to have all this frustration and energy and things of that sort because it wasn't giving them purpose. They weren't feeling fulfilled. And then opposite for that same person is outside and building stuff and things. And they're exhausted by the end of the day because that provided fulfillment. Like, I hope this makes sense, because the recommendations of puzzles and frozen Kongs, or exercise your dog more, or that's not enough, and like, that's insane, guys. Like, these people work, people have lives. Like, I have 4 dogs and I don't even walk my dog. They were saying one of the owners were saying they walk their dog like 4 miles a day. Like, I have working dogs, and like, I don't do that because I meet my dog's needs, the genetic fulfillment, and they feel good about their day-to-day life. Like, they know their purpose. And when you can't provide that to a dog, that's when you start seeing behavioral issues, or you are trying to out-exercise your dogs. I get this a lot, is like, my dog just won't calm down. And it's like, we're exercising the dogs, and every time they demand for attention, like we're going on a walk or we're going on a run, like I'm really trying to wear out my dog. And in all reality, you're actually creating an athlete. So this is just going to get worse the more you do that. And you're missing the whole point of like the dog feeling fulfilled. All right. So that's one piece of the puzzle. The second piece of the puzzle for these dogs that are over exercised or getting enough physical outlet. If you curtail the type of physical outlet where they feel fulfilled, you're going to notice behavior problems start disappearing as well. However, that's not always possible in day-to-day life, right? So you have to work on the relaxation and just chilling and setting those boundaries. And there's different relaxation drills out there. I teach all dogs some form of it. It helps, like, hey, you don't have to be so reactive to the environment. And not all dogs need relaxation training, but like if you find a dog that just can't settle or anything of that sort, like it's maybe relaxation training drills would be a very good idea for you and your dog. Because again, when we just continue to provide stimulation and exercise and things of that sort, we create an athlete and we can turn the brain off. Okay, so that's a two-piecer for these questions I've been seeing. And like, again, stop thinking mental stimulation, think fulfillment. Like, what makes my dog tick? What makes them happy? And try to apply that into their everyday life, right? So they feel good. And if you have a dog that's very pushy and demanding and like you think requires a 20-mile hike or something, which is insanity, maybe some relaxation drills would be super beneficial. But yeah, talking about fulfillment, girl and I just did some IGT training because that's what we were bred to do.